Bum chooby doo ba bum. Come a bum chooby doo ba bum. Come a bum chooby doo ba bum. Raking up is hard to do.
Very important to leave your job site. We can't emphasize this enough. It is pristine condition.
That's correct, Wayne. The client is looking for it to be cleaner than when we got there.
This is correct, because it doesn't matter how good of work you did in
That
the
is
tree.
correct.
It is.
It is.
Please take this rake away from me. Look around, there's no debris. When we got here, this place was a mess. Now I'd say it's looking the best.
Because if you leave mess on the ground, that's the first thing the client is going to notice.
Yeah,
it
they're
doesn't
gonna see
matter how good of technology you employ in your climbing and pruning tactics. Proper cleanup is vital to a professional operation.
That's correct, Wayne.
Oh yes, I've raked from flare to tips, even hand-picked little sticks, check for hangers, I found a few, but raking up is hard to do.
Here's very important and very careful, not to bend tines.
Yeah, broken tines can flick up and stick in a nostril.
They can also cause debris to be flung in an upward manner at quite a degree of velocity.
That's correct, Wayne, and that's why we always wear our safety glasses.
They say that raking up is hard to do.
Now, we'll scoop up our pile in a manner very similar to this. But again, making sure not to apply too much pressure on the tines so we're not bending them back or breaking them or causing flickage.
Now I know that it's true. Please say that this is the end.
You'll notice that he's tightened his sphincter muscles not to let out gas. Also, he's got the curve in his back enables him to lift.
Yes. And I'm lifting from the guttural region.
Correct. And that's
the
important.
Guttural region. And in fact, on heavy loads, it may be necessary to grunt. Like this.
Instead of raking up, I wish that we were heading home again.
But here you start by raking, and you notice I have the thumb lock fingers open.
Yes, I noticed especially how you're using that lever arm.
Exactly.
I really like, because it's very vital
Mechanical
where you put that. This is correct.
All right, so if I wanted a stronger, safer grip, I lock my thumb in and wrap my finger over top of it like that. So just try to pull that out.
That's the Tiger Wood grip.
That's it, Tiger Wood grip.
Okay.
Bum chooby doo ba bum. Come a bum chooby doo ba bum. Come a bum chooby doo ba bum. Raking up is hard to do.
So I would then rake on, squeeze the two rakes, and notice I've tightened the sphincter muscle. That way.
Now I know that it's true. Please say that this is the end.
We really should explain this, just due to the fact that there's potential for sparks to emit. And if you get the right combination, it is possible, as is that potential. It's very similar to electrical hazards, really.
It could be a fire hazard.
You could have a volatile eruption.
Okay, so now that I have the sphincter muscles tightened,
yes,
I will then lift, letting out the guttural sound as Dwayne showed you earlier.
Yes.
And now I have the Peking duck, also known as the clamshell chopstick method. And we can put that right into the rake.
Bum chooby doo ba bum. Bum bum come on bum chooby doo ba bum. Come on bum chooby doo ba bum.
Making sure that my feet are pointing in the direction that I want to go.
Raking up is hard to do.
What the fuck are you guys doing? We got job to do, we got filming to do, and you're in here splicing like a bunch of old women. If you ain't got it done in 15 minutes, the three of you are out of here.
Today we're going to be talking about the advantages of using both hands as opposed to one hand. I found that climbing with one hand is quite difficult, often having to use my teeth to hold the line while I advance my friction hitch. As with most tree workers, we work with our hands in our pockets. So I'm going to demonstrate the new technique. Pull both hands out of your pocket and put them to work. If you have any questions, you can check the workbook put out by Pip Tompkins. Pip and I have been working a long time together on how to use both hands to get the work done. When the hands are not in use, safely put them back in their holsters.
There are many ways we can achieve the lifting power we need to lift this limb.
In this particular case, we're going to use a fiddle block system. A bunch of really stupid idiots invented this thing. We have the fiddle blocks attached to the lowering line with a VT. I don't know what VT, like a venereal trace or something. We also have a small micro pulley to help us retrieve the VT. Down here we have the fiddle blocks attached to the Porter wrap. Porter wrap was invented by a guy from Greenland named Porter Wrap. And as you can see, we're using a steel beaner there. Dwayne is going to help me demonstrate how we advance the fiddle blocks in order to create the lift. First we'll push up on the VT, and he will show you how smoothly it actually does go up. And there I'll put a little tension on. Also, to assist me with pulling the rope, I'll use this special nose picking device. I picked the blue color. I found that blue goes with my eyes and doesn't make my butt look fat. And as I pull on the fiddle blocks, Dwayne will take up the slack because I told him to, and he's a complete moron. So as this moron pulls, I'm going to pull down. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. And then he will finish off with several wraps, showing that he does know how to cleat it off correctly this time. So now Nick Nasal and the 9 Nasty Nose Pickers will pull it down.
Just like this.
We'll pull it down. Boy, that was smooth. At $300 a set, I don't recommend hiring Dwayne to be on your rigging crew.
Well, Scott, this has been a very enlightening session. I've enjoyed working with you as always.
Excellent.
This is Dwayne Newstetter.
Scott Prophet reminding you to cut safe,
Chip safe.
buck safe,
And we'll see you
at the shop.
Don't forget to neuter your pets.